suppose I'm wondering, did you find there was a period of time when you find it difficult to say to anyone what you were going through?
Yeah, I think so. Certainly at the start of that period that I didn't feel too well, it's difficult to kind of get to the place where you're not thinking clearly, and it is quite nerve-wracking. When I wasn't used to speaking out and talking about my problems to anyone, so I was quite nervous to speak to someone and to get a bit of help, really.
And did you find you had good support from your family and friends when you did share? Yeah,
I was amazed really that I suppose at the time you don't think about family and friends and support, that maybe you don't realise that they are there for you as much as they are. So yeah, the support was unbelievable. When I needed them, they were really there, and that's very important. Friends, family, to really look out for someone who's not feeling so well in themselves, and that was really important for me.
A lot of psychiatrists prescribe medication, and it's something people are a bit wary about, but how did you find your experience?
Well, I think medication is not something that people, not something that I would say no against or really encourage either way. I think that's up to the doctor. The doctor feels that someone needs to be on medication. I think there's no problem with that. I think being on medication for a period to get you through, it helps get through that bad period. It can help. And I think people can live normal lives and be on medication as well for the rest of their lives. If you're clinically depressed, have a serious ongoing depression, being on medication I don't see as a problem. I see it can help you. Of course there's lots of things you can do for yourself, and maybe not be on medication if it isn't as bad. So it depends what level of how bad things are really. But if the doctor feels you should be, he's the guy you should trust. He's your GP, and he's the person there to help you. So I don't have a problem if the doctor prescribes medication for someone.
Okay. There's a lot of promotion and advocacy work being done by the IRFU and the GAA these days, and why do you think that they're getting on board with it now?
Well, I think they realise in both their codes, in the GAA and in the rugby, that there's huge pressure on players nowadays. Society's changed. People are under pressure with jobs, finances. And there's pressure to perform as well. There's demands and expectations of sports people nowadays. So they want to try and I think it's really good that, not alone in sport but in society in general, people are trying to reduce that stigma for mental health, and when you see sporting bodies doing it as well, it's very important, because as I say, there is pressure playing sport, and I suppose there's a lot of sports people have come out and mentioned that they've had problems or they've struggled a little bit throughout their period. So I think it's a really positive thing that sporting bodies are doing that.
Absolutely, definitely. I suppose if you were to meet someone who was going through something that you were going through and they hadn't spoken to anyone, I suppose in relation to the students, what would your advice to them be?
Well, my advice to them would be is try and share your problem. Go and talk to someone who you trust. Open up. Sometimes when you're in a bad situation, you might think that nobody cares and that there is no one there to talk to for you. But there's people there for everyone to talk to. Find someone who you trust, a family member, a friend, and just talk to them. Ask for a bit of advice. They might be thinking clearer, and they might know what plan you should put in place to try and get better. So I would really encourage people to talk out. There's no, holding on the problem inside you is a horrible place and a horrible thing to do. So I think you shouldn't suffer on. And sometimes the problems that someone has who's depressed, they mightn't be actually as bad as you think they are. And if you share with someone, they can help, give you a bit of clear thinking and share that experience and find a solution. So I would encourage people to speak out. There's no point in sweeping things under the carpet and holding that pressure inside you.
Brilliant. Okay. That's great. Thanks very much.